The official start of summer is fast approaching. Mainers are going to be outside. They're going to be taking their devices with them. We know how to fend off mosquitoes and sunburn and so forth, but how do we protect our devices? With us here to talk about that topic, our 207 tech guy, Rich Brooks from Flight New Media. All right, so let's put out a scenario. Beautiful summer day. You go in the water, you swim for a bit, you come back out, and you realize that your phone is overheated, or maybe your speakers got wet. Pretty common stuff, right?
Absolutely. The threat is real, Rob, whether it's sun or water or sand or even other people. Part of the problem is phones will overheat at 90 degrees, which doesn't sound like a big problem here in Maine, but it's the direct sunlight can quickly make your phone a lot hotter than the outside temperature. Water we know is bad for electronics, but even a few grains of sand can get into a charging port and destroy your device. And then when it comes to people, or specifically thieves, unfortunately, Maine beaches are loud, chaotic, busy places at times, and it's very easy for someone to walk off with your stuff.
Let's tackle these issues one at a time. Let's start with heat and what the heat does to our devices and how we fend it off.
Yeah, so most phones these days will let you know that they're overheating. They'll send an alarm. They'll be like, I can't even, and then you realize you have to quiet them down. The smartest thing is the simplest thing. Keep it out of direct sunlight. Put it under the umbrella, the chair, the towel, and there's even some inexpensive specialty cooler bags for electronics if you want to go that route. But the other things you can do is shut off any apps you're not using, dim the screen, and if you do get that alert that your phone has overheated, the last thing you want to do is drop it in a refrigerator or a freezer or even a cooler, because that quick temperature drop can cause condensation inside the device and fry your electronics.
All right, another big threat in the summertime, water. How do we protect our phones?
Right, so the two ways you could go here is either a waterproof case or a waterproof pouch. Cases are nice because they look just like a regular case, still goes into your front pocket. Waterproof pouches are a little bit bulkier, but they're more universal. And so you can just buy a couple of them and have them hanging by your beach towels and sunscreen, and anybody can use them. Whatever you're going to do, you want to check the IP rating, which is the ingress protection. So for example, you get a device that's IP4, it can withstand 10 minutes of splashing. IP8, you can put it underwater, a meter or so deep, for 30 minutes, and it's not going to have a problem.
How about protecting audio? And you've looked into waterproof speakers.
I'm a big fan of waterproof speakers. So there's a lot of different options out there. I'm a big fan of the JBL brand. The JBL Charge 6 will play music for over 20 hours, is rated at an IP8, and can even charge your phone at the same time. And it goes for about $150. If that's more than you want to spend, the JBL Clip is very cool. It's smaller, literally clips onto anything you want. Not only is it waterproof, it floats, so it's great for the beach, the pool, or a kayaking trip. And then if you want to be the life of the party, and I know you do.
Absolutely.
Is you can get the JBL Boombox 3. This will play music for over a full day and puts out a great sound. The cost of being the life of the party, Rob, is more expensive, about $400 retail.
You mentioned theft earlier, and that's a really good point. What can we do to protect our devices from the bad people out there?
Right. The best advice is the simplest. Don't leave it out in plain sight so people can see it. Try and leave somebody behind if you're going to go into the water to watch over your stuff. And in worst case, make friends with a family on the beach blanket next to you who will probably say something if somebody comes rummaging through your stuff. But if you do want to take it to the next level, there are portable travel safes. PackSafe has a full line of these different sized pouches and bags. They can lock up, they can be locked to another thing like a heavy cooler, and then they also have tamper-proof zippers, and the fabric that they're made out of uses a mesh that can't be cut with most knives. So those start at around $50 to $70 and go up from there.
Excellent suggestions. Any final thoughts on how we keep our stuff functional and safe when we're out and about in the warm weather?
Yeah, I would say that obviously there's a lot of useful ways to use electronics when you're outside. I mean, it's great to take pictures, listen to music, get important weather alerts, but you're going to keep your devices safer and around longer if you keep them kind of out of sight, out of mind, and out of the sun. So I would recommend everybody go out, enjoy the 12 weeks of summer, and save the doom scrolling for maybe when you get back home or the cold, short days of winter.
Yeah, we'll do that in December. All right, excellent ideas. Rich, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rich Brooks from Flight New Media in Portland. Stay with us. Back with more of 207 in just a moment.